Hey guys, so I just got done making my video on how to make your baby food, what equipment you need, how to puree, how to make it in general. So now I'm going to be talking about freezing, especially if you want to do it in huge, big batches that will last you a while. You definitely want to freeze them. So I'm going to be talking all about that and what you need to do and what you need and just information generally on freezing your baby food. Now, like I said in my last video, you're going to need ice cubes, or if you buy a baby food maker and the accessories, sometimes they have their own storage things that you can use. Excuse me. You would use those, but if you just have ice cubes or whatever, I'm seriously having, oh my god, I just had a huge coughing fit. Okay, anyway, sorry, I had a huge coughing fit. I don't even know where I was, but yeah, ice cubes or baby food maker storage, they have their own. But you never want to freeze your homemade baby food in glass jars, especially like old baby food jars. You don't want to use it in glass because sometimes shards can get the glass shards can get in your baby food, or they could crack. Don't use baby food glass jars unless you find jars that say they're safe to freeze, then it might be fine. Okay, so once you have your nice puree of your baby food, you want to transfer it into ice cubes or storage, however you want to store it. The good thing about ice cubes, though, or the ice cube trays, is one is equal to 1 ounce. One of the cubes is equal to 1 ounce, so you know how much your baby's eating, and that's easy to tell. I think some of the baby food storage cubes or storage things, they might have different measurements and stuff like that. But anyways, you fill each cube with a puree as though you were filling the tray with the water, however you just like you use the ice tray. You cover the tray with plastic wrap, or the baby food maker's storage thing, sometimes they just have a container. You cover with plastic wrap. Don't use foil because sometimes the foil can stick to the baby food maker, or baby food. So when you take it off, it could leave pieces of that. So yeah, but you could buy Tupperware, and there's also a brand. It's OXO. They have their own storage containers for individualing the puree if you want to do that. So once you've put them in there, then you want to put them in there and freeze and let them get frozen. And then you want to pop them out and put them in a freezer bag so you can have that space for more food if you want to make more food and store. You can do that and just transfer them in there. You want to date it and put what's in there so you can just know how long it's been in there, and then you know exactly what fruit, what vegetable, or combination or whatever is in there. And yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. It's pretty much that easy. And all you want to do is, when you're ready for your baby to eat, you just take out a cube and you thaw it out or heat it, whatever you want to do. I will get into another video. But here's just some questions that you guys might be having. I know I had the questions when I was first reading through them. How long will the baby cubes keep in the freezer and refrigerator? For the refrigerator, if you just get done making them and you just want to feed them to your baby right then and there, and you have leftovers or whatever, you want to only keep, they say 48 hours in the refrigerator, but you can get away with it 72 hours, but they say between 48 to 72 hours in the refrigerator you want to use it. For the freezer, you can put them in there for a maximum of 3 months, but it's recommended that you do use them within a month, but you can get away with it for 3 months. But like I said, in the refrigerator, no longer than 48 hours. Some people say you can do it for 72 hours, but for me, I'm only going to keep it up for 42 hours. But this just is to limit, bacteria growth. You don't want that on your fruits and vegetables. And let's say you don't want to freeze your baby food at all, you could just make baby food on a day-to-day basis. I probably won't do that because that's a lot of work to do it every single day. Some women do that, but I'm probably just going to make a couple batches few times a month. I don't know, I have to see when I start making it, and just store like a whole bunch for that month. That's probably what I will do. Okay, so here's another question that was on, I got this off of the Wholesome Baby Food website, and so here's a frequently asked question. Can I safely use frozen vegetables or fruits to make baby food purees and refreeze them? So if you want to go buy like the bags of fruits and vegetables that are already frozen in your frozen section, you can do that. Frozen vegetables are not cooked when they're packaged. There's sometimes they are cooked when they're packaged. You just want to make sure that they're, if you like it like that, most of them are not cooked, but you do want to see if they are cooked. Frozen vegetables that are packaged are usually not cooked when packaged, so they must be cooked prior to eating. So you do want to steam them if they've been frozen before, because they're usually not cooked. But please sure to read the label, because there are a few brands that they are pre-cooked. So you just want to watch out for that. And you usually don't want to refreeze them if they've been pre-cooked in the bag. So what that is saying is, if you buy the frozen vegetables and the fruits in a bag, usually they are not cooked. Few brands they do have it pre-cooked, but usually they are not cooked. So you can go ahead and steam them like you regularly would if they were raw, or in their raw form. You would go ahead and steam them, puree like I said in my other video, and then you would freeze them. You can refreeze them because they've never been cooked before. If they've been cooked before, you cannot refreeze them. An example of what I was talking about is, let's say you take out a roast that's been raw and it's been frozen. So you thaw it out, then you cook it, and then you can freeze it for leftovers. And then whenever you have that leftover, you would thaw it out and then eat it. But you never want to refreeze it. You can't use your leftovers as leftovers. So that's kind of an analogy to what I was talking about. If you're confused, I will try to explain it in a better way in the comment, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of hard to... I'm sorry if it's coming out very confusing. So if you're using the ice cube tray / the freezer bag method, you want to spoon in the puree into the ice trays, and you want to cover it with plastic wrap, or if you're using storage container or any kind of container for that, you can just pop on the container. Baby food makers make their own storage bins sometimes. Just pop that on, put it in the freezer, and that's that method. And you just put it in the freezer bag after they're frozen, and then you can make more batches. Just make sure you sanitize the ice cube trays, soapy water, dishwasher safe, make sure it's dishwasher safe, or however you want to sanitize them. You can boil them in water. Just make sure you sanitize them. The ice cube tray, that method does have a lot of advantages because, like I said, one of the cubes is just approximately 1 ounce. So you know exactly how much your baby's getting, and there's minimal waste. Let's say you've put like a whole bunch of food in one storage container and then thawed it out, you have all this food. So versus that, to like 1 cube, it's minimal waste, and they're easy to pop out. It's not that hard to get them out, and you just transfer them into the freezer or the freezer bags, and it's pretty much that easy. And like I said, make sure to label it. When you do freeze it like that, a lot of people can be concerned that they see like ice crystals on the food. That's perfectly normal. That is just ice crystals from the excess liquid from when you made it. Those are totally fine. It's not freezer burn. It's grayish brown spots with the frozen item. It can be leathery type textured, and it's really noticeable. But the crystals on the frozen foods are not freezer burn, but the result of excess liquids. Here is another common question. Can I use previously frozen breast milk or formula to make and then freeze baby vegetables or fruit purees? You should not use previously frozen breast milk to thin purees that you will then be freezing into your baby food cubes. Breast milk should never be refrozen in any way or form. Using formula to thin and then freeze purees, it's acceptable. So what that means is, if you have frozen breast milk in your refrigerator, do not use them in the puree and then refreeze them. What would you need to do if you don't have freshly expressed milk is you would thin it after you froze it. For formula, you can freeze it if you make it right then and there. It's a lot easier with the formula than it is with the breast milk. So all you have to do for breast milk is, after you put them in the cubes, without thinning them at all, unless you did water, that's fine, you would do it after you thawed it out. The thing about formula is that you may freeze the purees if it's mixed in with the formula, but formula should never be frozen in any form of the bottles or cans. I don't know why you would do this anyways. What that means is don't have formula already mixed up and then freeze it and then thaw it out. I don't know why you would do that in the first place, but make sure you do not do that, because that can cause separation of the fats and from the liquid, and texture, that makes it suffer. It's not going to be the same. Think of it as if you were freezing a huge gallon of milk. It's not dangerous, it's not going to kill you, but you lose the quality of the milk and you lose the texture. So that's kind of the same thing. Alright, before I wrap up this video, there's other methods. If you don't want to do the ice cube tray, you could also just store in the refrigerator, like I said, up to 48 hours. So I would suggest 72, but I do not suggest 72 hours. And you could just use wax paper on a cookie sheet method. You could do it that way. And just make sure you don't use glass unless it's freezer safe. So that is pretty much it as it goes as freezing. If you have any questions, please leave them below. Like I said, I'm not a pro at this. I just research on a whole bunch of websites and I gather the information for you guys. So if you have any questions, please leave them below. And that is pretty much it. Thumbs up the video if you like these videos, and I'll keep doing them. I'm probably just going to do these two today, and I'll probably keep doing by other videos later on the series, probably like next week sometime. And a lot of people have been talking to me about the baby-led weaning, or the baby-led feeding, or whatever you want to call it. I never knew about this until I started researching baby food, so I am going to make a separate video on that, because that's an interesting topic. I'm just going to say that that's when you can totally skip purees at all and just start giving them food. I'm going to make a separate video about it. But I'm probably going to do both with Aria. I'm probably going to do the baby food plus the baby-led method. So I'm going to make a separate video on that soon, actually, because it kind of goes hand in hand with this. I decided I'm going to do both, because you can do both, or you can do one or the other. It's totally a parent's choice. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry for my coughing fits in this video, but I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. My sister just gave me Aria, because she was watching her while I did my videos, and she wanted to be in the video, huh? You just wanted to be in the video, didn't you, baby girl? She has a poopy, so I need to go change that. And you were just a drooling machine, huh? You want to say hi? You want to say hi? What do you see? Oh, you see this. This is what you see, huh? That's what you wanted. Alright, bye guys. I'm gonna change your poopy diaper? I'm gonna change the poopy? We're gonna go change the poopy diaper, huh? You are so fascinated with this. Huh? Is that going?
I see you. I see you. Yes, I do.
Oh, you spit up a little bit. It's my birthday tomorrow. I am going to be 19 years old. My last year of being a teenager. It's weird to think about. You just started your teenage years, and I'm about to end mine this last year. And it's going to be Mama's birthday tomorrow.
She's like, oh god.
Say, I want cake. Love you.
I see you. Yes, I see you. Yes, I do. I see you. Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah.